Hello, darlings. You've all heard of Marilyn Monroe. Some have seen a Bridget Bardot. Well, now it's time for the Cognac Show. I said cognac, ooh, ooh. I said cognac, ooh, ooh, ooh. I'm your bubbly blonde, fabulously dressed.
Welcome back, darlings. I'm Cognac Wellerlane, and we're here at the Southampton Historical Museum, and it's all about the antique cars. This is a fabulous event right here in Southampton, and I'm speaking to one of the owners of one of these gorgeous vintage cars. Introduce yourself to the camera.
Hi, my name is Bill Viola, and this is my Model T Ford, the most famous car in the world and the biggest selling car in America. 17 million Model Ts were made. This is a 1925 car. It was top of the line in 1925. It cost $660, and it was rare in that it had 4 doors and was all enclosed by glass. Most cars at this time were open cars, touring cars that had isinglass you put in. This car was marketed mostly to women because it came equipped with an electric starter.
Oh,
You could
wow.
crank it if you wanted to, but the starter was there. They said, if you look at the advertisements from this day and age, it was riding in comfort, or weather comfort. Now, what we
Or very luxurious.
are very luxurious, but of course, by our standards, it's still very primitive. There's no heater, there's no defroster, there is a hand windshield wiper only on one side. There's no gas pedal in this car. You work off the steering wheel. It's a throttle. I have to put the car in time. It's called the spark advance. There are no brakes in this car. If you look close, I stop the car by putting it in reverse. I brake from the transmission. So when you drive with me, you always have to say your prayers because we never know if we can stop or not.
Oh, my goodness. How long have you owned this car?
This car I've owned 3 years. It's a fun car. When you learn to drive a Model T, you have to pretty much forget everything you've known about driving a car. This is totally different. When I make this car go forward, I have to shift with my feet. There's a clutch in the car, but cars that have clutches today, you put your foot in on the clutch and you disengage. Forget that. In the Model T, when I put my clutch down, I engage, just the opposite of what you've learned. It has 2 forward gears, low and high. I cruise at approximately 35 miles an hour, top speed. It's a 20 horsepower engine. When I go up a hill, I slow down. Not because I want to, but because it just does. If I'm going over a steep hill, I have to make sure I have a full tank of gas because there's no fuel pump in a Model T. It's gravity feed. If I don't have a full tank, the car stops. Then you turn around, you have to back up so the gas would run into the engine.
Now, did you know all of this before you purchased this car?
Yes, I did a lot of reading. I met some Model T guys, and I just love the car. Knowing the part of American history that it played, I said, I got to get a car like this, and I've been driving ever since. I take it out in all weather, except heavy rain, snow, or ice, because, again, I have difficulty stopping. Most people, I think, would hit me as opposed to me hitting anybody. But it's a great car. It really is.
It certainly is. It's a gorgeous car. And thank you so much
you're
for
more than
all
welcome.
that
You're more than
information, Mr.
welcome.
Viola.
Thank you.
Is there can we find out more information about this, about this car? Do you have a Facebook page? Do you have a website?
No, I'm a retired Episcopal priest. This is my hobby. I retired 7 years ago, and this is now how I keep out of trouble and I keep busy. Married with 3 girls, 4 grandchildren, and I just love meeting nice people like yourself and talking old cars.
Well, thank you, darling.
You're more than welcome. Get a kiss.
Mwah.
Thank you. Have a great
And
day.
we'll be back in a moment, darlings, and more interviews right here in the Hamptons. Keep watching. Pink Champagne Kisses. Welcome back, darlings. I'm Cognac Wellerlane, and I'm here at the Southampton Historical Museum for the Antique Car Show. And I am here with this car enthusiast. He brought his fabulous automobile to be exhibited here at this wonderful event. Introduce yourself to the camera, darling.
My name is Mike Kowalsky. I'm from East Hampton.
From East Hampton. Now tell me about this beautiful car that you're showing here today.
It's a 1960 Corvette. It has the stock 230 horsepower, 283 engine, 4-speed transmission, positive traction rear. Interior is the same one that came out of the factory. The car's been repainted about 10 years ago.
Now how long have you owned the car?
7 years.
That long. Do you have any interesting stories you could tell me about this car?
Well, the only really interesting story about this car is that it originated in Texas, so I like to think it traveled on Route 66 at some point in its life.
Route 66.
right.
Route 66. I love it.
Okay.
So tell me, can we find out more about you and the car? Do you have a website? Do you have a Facebook page?
No website. I'm
No
one of the few people
Facebook.
without a computer. That's right.
But you love cars.
Love cars, especially Corvettes.
Corvettes are that's the game. How many vintage cars have you owned throughout your life?
2.
2. What happened to the other one?
Unfortunately, I sold it when I had to build my house.
Well, too bad. But now you have this gorgeous, gorgeous car, and I thank you so much for that wonderful interview.
Absolutely. Thank you.
And we'll be back in a moment, darlings. More interviews coming up right here in the Hamptons. Keep watching. Pink Champagne Kisses. Welcome back, darlings. I'm Cognac Wellerlane, and I'm here at the Southampton Historical Museum. We're here with another fabulous car owner. He's so proud of this amazing vehicle. Introduce yourself to the camera.
My name is Joe Gilbert, and this is my 61 Corvette, which I've owned about 5 years. A lot of painstaking work has gone into this car to restore it, and we're pretty proud of it. We like the way it looks right now.
Oh, it looks stunning.
Thank
It
you.
looks really, you must get a lot of chicks, huh?
No. My days of getting chicks are long over.
Oh, it's long over. But it reminds you of that time, I would think, when you were, you know, a teenager and you always wanted a car like this, right?
Sure, absolutely, yes. Always wanted one like
Tell
this.
my audience why you love this particular car so much.
To put it into perspective, this car is not a muscle car. It's a kind of a sports car, but what it really is a work of art. If you take a look at the styling on cars back in these days, these cars were a work of art. And that's really what it's all about to me. I take care of it, I preserve it. To me, it's a fantastic work of art.
Well, congratulations and good luck, future luck with this car.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. More interviews right here in the Hamptons. Keep watching. Pink Champagne Kisses.
Hello, darlings. You've all heard of Marilyn Monroe. Some of you know Bridget Bardot. Well, now it's time for the Cognac Show. I said cognac, ooh, ooh. I said cognac, ooh, ooh, ooh. I'm a bubbly blonde, fabulously dressed to impress. One of a kind girl. been a Crybaby Productions, darlings.